Hello everyone. On this video or in this video, I'm going to talk about the duality of life and how duality works using these two lines on the screen. If you notice these two lines on the screen, one is short and one is tall. The one on the right is shorter than the one on the left, right? So the one on the left is tall and the one on the right is short, right? So short and tall are equal and opposites. And that's what duality means. Duality means two equal and opposite forces, or two equal and opposite aspects. So the long line could represent existence and the short line could represent non-existence, because existence and non-existence are equal and opposite forces, or equal and opposite aspects of life. So how does duality work? Well, like I've stated in my podcast episodes before, right, is that duality only works through perspective. From one perspective, the short line, this line right here, is short. From another perspective, it is long. Only when the short line is being compared to the long line will the short line be called short. Only when the short line is being compared to the tall line, the long line, will the short line be called short. If it's compared to a smaller line, right, it will not be considered tall, right? Because duality works off perspective. Perspective determines what's short and what's tall. Perspective determines what's on the left and what's on the right. Perspective determines what exists and what doesn't exist. So how does this work? What am I trying to show you on this podcast? On this video, sorry. What I'm trying to show you on this video is that when everything is tall, nothing will be tall. For example, if I increase this line to this height and increase this line to this height and just erase them perfectly, right? You see that everything is now tall. But because everything is tall, nothing will be tall from then on. The concept of tall disappears. Likewise, when everything is short, the concept of short disappears. So short and tall only matter from perspective. It's only when something is tall. It's only when something is tall or taller than something else. It's only when something is taller than something else will it be considered tall. If everything is at the same height, nothing will be tall or short. That's how existence and non-existence works. That's how all duality aspects work. Past and future. When everything's in the future, nothing will be in the future. When everything's in the past, nothing will be in the past. And scientists have always wondered why, they believe that life exists, life should exist all over the universe, but yet they don't see any signs of life anywhere. Do you know why they don't see any signs of life anywhere? It's because when everything is alive, nothing will be alive. The only reason why we consider ourselves alive is because we're more alive than atoms. Because we're more alive than atoms, we see ourselves as alive and we see atoms as non-living things. But the truth is, our bodies are made up of atoms, right? Our bodies are made up of atoms, and the part can never be greater than the whole. Since our bodies are made up of atoms and we're alive, by default, atoms must be alive too. Because atoms and our bodies can never be separated. They are one and the same. Since you can't separate our bodies from atoms, atoms must be considered living things as well. And the only reason why we don't consider atoms living things is because we're taller than they are. Because we're taller than them, or we're more alive than them, we don't see them as alive. We see them as dead things. But because all atoms are alive, that's why no atoms are alive. Because all atoms are alive, that's why no atoms are alive. From my perspective, we don't see atoms as alive because they're all alive, just like us. Our bodies are made up of these atoms, these living atoms. That's why we're alive. We are alive because of atoms and nothing else. The reason why you consider yourself alive is because of these atoms. They make up your body. So if these atoms that make up your body aren't alive, you shouldn't be considered alive either. Because there's no difference between you and atoms. The part can never be greater than the whole. Humans cannot be more intelligent or alive than the world. The world is just as alive as we are. But because everything is alive, nothing is alive. That's how duality works. Life and death are equal and opposites. And that's what duality is. Two aspects, life and death. These are equal and opposite. And they follow the same pattern as tall and short. When everything is tall, nothing is tall. And when everything is short, nothing is short. But yet, in reference point, this top point, right? This top circle is taller than the small one. But only in reference. Only when you see something shorter than you, do you know that you're tall. And only when you see something taller than you, do you know that you're short. Only when you see something that's less alive than you are, do you know that you're alive. Only when you see something that's more alive than you are, do you believe you're dead. Atoms are just as alive as we are. But because everything is alive, that's why nothing is alive. We live inside a massive, intelligent world. That's where our intelligence comes from. Many scientists believe that the world can be intelligent, but that's impossible. Because basic logic proves that the world is intelligent. If humans are intelligent and humans are the world is intelligent. The part can never be greater than the whole. The part of something can never be greater than its entirety. Humans can never be more intelligent than the world, because humans are made up of the world itself. Humans cannot think more than the world, because humans are made up of the world itself. You can't say humans are capable of thinking and the world isn't. Why? Because the fact that humans can think proves that the world is capable of thinking. The fact that humans can see proves that the world can see. The fact that humans experience emotions proves that the world experiences emotions. The fact that humans are intelligent proves that the world is intelligent. The part can never be greater than the whole. We can't be more intelligent than the universe. We can't have more emotions than the world, not the universe. We can't be more intelligent than the world itself. We can't have more emotions than the world. We can't be more alive than the world. Our intelligence comes from the world. Our thoughts come from the world. Our sight comes from the world. We can move because the world can move. We can talk because the world can talk. We can interact with the world because the world can interact with us. The world is alive because humans are alive. If you're looking for an intelligent creator, The world itself is your intelligent creator. Because humans cannot be more intelligent than the world itself. We just can't. Because the thing that gives us our intelligence is the world that you think is unintelligent. The very world that you believe is dumb is the reason why you're intelligent. The very thing that you think is retarded, unintelligent, is the very source of your intelligence. What does that tell you? It tells you that the very world that you're seeing is more intelligent than you. Since the world can never be less intelligent than a human being, the world can only be more intelligent than a human being. Why? Because there are things in this world that we can't explain. There are very complex things in this world that the human mind is incapable of understanding. Since the world can be less intelligent than us, yet there are things in this world that are more intelligent, more complex than our minds can physically comprehend. What does that tell you? That the world is more intelligent than us. We are not more intelligent than the world. The only reason we believe we're more intelligent than the world is because it's just the logic or the duality of intelligence and unintelligence. The more illogical you are, the more the world will appear illogical from your perspective. The more logical the world is, the more the world will appear illogical from the perspective of someone that's not logical enough to understand it. When a puzzle is infinitely complex, right? When a puzzle is infinitely complex, people who aren't infinitely intelligent will think the puzzle is unsolvable, that the puzzle is unintelligent. It's because the world is infinitely intelligent. That's why we keep believing it's not intelligent. Because we're not intelligent enough to understand the world. We're not logical enough to see the logic in the world. Yet, basic logic proves that we can be more intelligent than the world. Because the world makes up our body. Our source of intelligence is the very world around us. The world gives us its intelligence to use. We're not the one giving the world intelligence. It's the world giving us intelligence. Our intelligence comes from the world. So we can't be more intelligent than the world itself. So the only reason why you believe the world is not intelligent is because you're just not intelligent enough to realize the truth. That the world is more intelligent than you. You're living inside an intelligent world. You're living inside the body of God. And that's what the Bible states. In the beginning was the world, and the world was with God, and the world was God. You're living inside God. You're living inside an intelligent being. That's why you're intelligent. The only reason why you're intelligent is because the world is intelligent. And when everything is intelligent, nothing is. That's how duality works. When everything is intelligent, nothing will appear intelligent. The more infinitely intelligent something is, the harder it is for someone who's not intelligent enough to understand it. The more illogical you are, the less you'll be capable of understanding logic. The less intelligent you are, the more the world will appear unintelligent from your perspective. It's not the world that's not intelligent. It's you. The world has to be intelligent because you're intelligent. A human being can never be more intelligent than the world. Because the very thing that makes up the human body is the world itself. So that's it for this video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.